absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Well, Rita, I do think that worked. It's Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence. Superpower of integrous influence. And Bella, Dr. Evka has brought some heart-centered, masterful humans present. Who are they? Please, welcome everyone.
Yes, Sean, Dr. Evka and Aaron have in the healthcare leaders and change makers Heart of Influence. And first up from Dallas, Texas, but I think, yes, from Dallas, Texas, a board-certified pediatric radiologist, marriage and intimacy coach, girl and poodle mom, real estate investor, and podcast host, most of the time spent reading pediatric image studies and empowering professional women to reignite passion and build playful relationships. Off time is spent dancing and singing with her 3 little girls and hubby. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Kate Magonia.
Dr. Kate, some people watch Netflix, some people study pediatric images. Congratulations on being in the latter category. And please, Dr. Kate, we kick the show off with a fun fact. Welcome, welcome again. It's something that's a little surprising or something you're proud of, a little adventurous. It's a headline, not a story that would make us utter. Dr. Kate, no way. So please, Dr. Kate, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact. Well, I have so many fun facts. Fun fact would be I love to salsa dance. I'm a really good salsa dancer, and I can really get down. Like if you turn on some soul R&B, like I can really get down.
Dr. Kate's breaking it down, Bella of Rita. Welcome, everybody, Dr. Kate. And you ready to break it down a little bit with us on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence, Dr. Kate?
Yes, I am.
She's ready. She can groove it, move it, make it happen.
She is grooving and moving. I think causing a movement of grooving and moving here. And next up from Atlanta, Georgia, a visionary physician, author, and thought leader, consultant, and trauma-informed communication trainer, revolutionizing the way that organizations approach workplace culture, a TEDx speaker, a founder, empowering leaders and employees to thrive by fostering psychological, emotional safety, and trauma response communication, runs workshops, consulting, and coaching, bringing neuroscience and emotional intelligence, helping people become trauma-informed and emotionally fluent. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Maisha Claiborne. And Dr. Maisha, if you want to unmute, because there you go.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Maisha, for being here, for the impact you have in this world. And please, Dr. Maisha, what is your fun fact?
Well, I am a special red sash in Shaolin Kung Fu.
Whoa. I saw the movie Kill Bill, and that makes you a very dangerous person, Dr. Maisha. Is that true?
Dangerously trauma-informed.
Dangerously trauma-informed. You would want her on your side if Bill emerged from the beyond Bella Verita. Come on, Dr. Maisha's ready. Let's go.
Dr. Maisha is ready and coming up from Lawrencetown, Nova Scotia, visionary in relationship space, seemingly merging the worlds of food and love to transform lives. A sought-after guest and collaborator, curates amazing date and adventures for couples to show up, enjoy conversation, and let the night unfold. Paris-trained chef and relationship coach, empowering individuals to take control of their relationships. Let's welcome to the show, Kristen Nelson.
And thank you for being on Dr. Evka's Part of Influence, and welcome, and please, your fun fact.
Well, I guess my fun fact is I went to Le Cordon Bleu in Paris, the same school that Julia Child went to, and I graduated first in my class.
Whoa, that is super impressive. Like, that's a super no way fun fact. And how does that feel to have accomplished something so extraordinary?
It feels pretty amazing, especially since it's a male-dominated society. I always thought it was a little, even more special that they gave it to a woman. But it was great. It's a passion of mine, and it's sort of my crowning glory, I guess.
Outstanding. Congratulations on your crowning glory. Bella Verita, royalty is in the house. Come on, Bella.
Royalty is in the house, no doubt, for Dr. Evka's and Aaron's healthcare leaders and changemakers, heart of influence. And next up, from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, revered people-driven account manager and physician revenue group, a spearheading multi-million-dollar negotiations, a heart-driven entrepreneur, improving the lives of healthcare pros nationwide with client-centered integrous relationships, defining success as helping people create positive impact for healthcare professionals in achieving their revenue goals. Let's welcome to the show, Pritva Khanna.
Bella, the crowd was going so wild, it clipped the first name of this extraordinary human, please.
And I don't even know if I got it absolutely correct as we weren't in the green room together for me to practice. Did I pronounce it correctly, or do you want to correct me?
No, sorry, it's Prithvi.
Prithvi.
Yeah,
Prithvi?
but I talked to a doctor the other day and like a couple weeks ago, and they texted me. I literally texted them, Prithvi Tana, Physicians Revenue Group, and they texted me back, said, "Hey, Chris, we're interested in moving forward." So it's always butchered, but my mom.
So it's Prithvi. Prithvi?
Prithvi, yeah.
Prithvi. Prithvi.
Yes, it
Thank
means
you.
earth in Hindi.
Cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Super cool name. Well, Prithvi, thank you so much for being here. And please, Prithvi, your fun fact.
So my fun fact is I'm really funny. I like golfing too. So 2 fun facts for you.
And do you have any relationship with the movie Caddyshack then?
I don't, but
if you
I
are
should,
fun,
because
and
I need help.
You've definitely got to watch Caddyshack. Like that is the quintessential golf fun humor movie. It is the movie. So Prithvi,
What's that?
Please.
What's the guy's name in that movie? He's like that big comedian.
Bill Murray.
The other one. He's only in there for a bit.
Well, Bill Murray is like the lead. Ted Knight.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, Rodney Dangerfield is in that movie. There's just like an extraordinary plethora of super fun, incredible people. So Welcome to and Chevy Chase also plays a super fun character in the movie. So welcome Prithvi. And if that's the greatest value you receive, that is definitely a profound value of today. But I think we'll beat it, Prithvi. Welcome to the party. Bella Vrita, Prithvi is going to watch Caddyshack. And what else is happening?
Prithvi is going to watch Caddyshack. You have such major influence that changes the world. Because Prithvi, I am sure your life will never be the same after you watch this movie. So I'm so glad that you're here to take that one tidbit away. Thank you, Dr. Evka and Aaron, for changing this man's life. And next up from Winter Haven, Florida, a former insurance pro, 10 years managing a $19 million portfolio of public entity businesses, today dedicated to educating and empowering others to live their purpose. Motivated by personally reversing obesity, founded a company offering trauma-informed and sustainable health options through prosperity modality, 20 plus years, hybrid athlete, speaker and advocate for individualized health and health strategies, expert in functional medicine, neuroscience, quantum biology, and holistic impact of trauma. Let's welcome to her show, co-hosting today, Ms. Erin Mann.
Erin, that is a wow, like no way factor right up front with the bio. And please, Erin, first of all, thank you for co-creating this magic today. And please, your fun fact.
So my fun fact is that I was sick of being afraid of heights. So I jumped out of a plane 4 times, 3 times with tandem, and then 1 more because I wasn't sure. I was doubting if I could get myself back to the drop zone. And I don't like that. So I had to conquer it. So I went back the 4th time to get myself back.
Wow.
I'm solo.
You did it by yourself solo?
Yeah.
Wow. Like that's a, I've gone skydiving and that's super, cool and adventurous, but it's a whole different ball game when you jump out of that plane by yourself. So congratulations on that. Like that is a mic drop. No way. So thank you, Erin. Bella, Erin's jumping out of planes by herself. Come on.
Erin is jumping out of planes by herself. And last but not least, from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, growing up in the projects, helping her mom clean houses, recognized as health and as an optimal need in life. Graduate degree in engineering, an MD and PhD with a master's in public health, now 17 years as a physician, writing books that have shifted and changed the entire paradigm and practices in specialties, saving countless lives, serving numerous volunteer projects as well. Let's welcome to her show, Dr. Evka Sesnick.
Dr. Evka, thank you for being here on your show, The Heart of Influence. And please, Dr. Evka, your fun fact.
Thank you for all of you being on this show. It is super hard for me as an introvert to get people to show up to shows and to keep on asking. And when people say yes, it feels absolutely amazing. So thank you for all of you. What I do as an introvert, because at the end of the day, I just want to crawl in my shell and go in the closet somewhere, is I've been carrying 2 things with me at all times to kind of put me in my happy place. The first is that in the middle of the summer, I am in my car, I have skis. I go skiing now year round, love to go skiing. And number 2, I have a bathing suit because I love the water and I love water sports. So wherever I go year round, I have skis and a bathing suit. You can go skiing now in New Jersey.
That is absolutely extraordinary. And are you indoor skiing in the Meadowlands? Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. They know me by name. I'm like, I'm stressed. I need to do something. I'm going to go skiing.
Well, congratulations, Dr. on that. I am not shocked. Bathing suits, skis fits right in here, Bella Vrita. And I'm going to introduce our co-host of today. This woman started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old to begin her journey in influence. Because, of course, today we're exploring the superpower of influence. Everything happens after yes. She then took her yes game to the space of network marketing. Not easy to do. But she, by the age of 19 years old, became a seven-figure business generator. She then took her yes game to the space of business brokerage, a male-dominated industry. At the age of 24, she was three-peating as a woman like Michael Jordan, but not in basketball, but as the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada, 24, 25, and 26 years old. She was the first woman ever to do it and the youngest person, male or female, ever to be the #1 business broker in Nevada, let alone do it 3 straight years. She then took that game to the space of entrepreneurship and major Fortune 500 companies, training, developing, accelerating them in their leadership, influence, in all the ways. And in 2019, every sales team this woman worked with doubled their sales. She's a skier, surfer, scuba diver, and adventurer. So she also packs skis in a bathing suit. She's also a philanthropist, co-raising 8 figures for charitable causes with the Unblinded team in the past 2 years. We're talking 10 million plus. And she's a published author, as well as this reality. This extraordinary heart-centered woman, as we're in the space of medicine today, was diagnosed in 2023 with cancer and not only battled through it publicly, courageously, and inspirationally, but she beat cancer. This is a woman who brought the heart to the heart of influence in her more than 800th episode, 800 episodes on the show. Let's welcome to her show, Bella Verita. Bella Verita, you, Dr. Evka, Erin, and all of your amazingness along with these guests, it's an exhausting dynamic. Then what is your fun fact?
Sean, my fun fact is as were sharing that introduction is how heroic the journey of cancer actually is. Because someone on my Facebook just lost their life to the same kind of cancer that I had. And I had not really been present to how lucky and fortunate I am. So I am very grateful to be here and be with everyone here today and have had the blessed opportunity of that heroic journey.
Well, our hearts are present, and thank you for everything that you do for me, for the show, for everybody here. Thank you. And shall we do the things?
We shall do the things, Sean, and I am so grateful to be here. And let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. And in fact, the whole state of New Jersey thought he was so influential that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around on stages doing incredible things, he is an impactful leader, causing nearly $10 million in charities, raising $10 million for charities in the last 2 years alone through sustainable giving. Let's welcome to the stage my co-host, Sean Callagy.
Thank you, Dr. Evka, Erin, everybody for being here today. Much appreciation. I often go with this fun fact. I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions. But for today, I think this might be a little bit interesting. I'm 27 years old. I'm battling in a race against my blindness because I did not want to be blind and broke like the people in my family that had this hereditary, dreaded degenerative disease, which actually turned out to be a gift because it created an immense amount of urgency in my heart and my being so I can have something to support the people I love and have something to give back with. So quit my job 6 months out of law school at one of New Jersey's most prestigious law firms. And since that day, I have collected more than $700 million for out-of-network healthcare providers and hospital systems in neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, and essentially invented the industry in New Jersey. And now Callagy Law, my firm, is the #1 filing law firm under the No Surprises Act in the federal IDR system in America, according to Medicare's reports. So that is my fun fact for today, Bella Verita.
That is a super fun fact, and the impact that you guys make at Callagy Law is incredible for sure.
Well, and thank you everybody for being here today. Ella, who's going first to have us explore the superpower of integrous influence?
Let's kick this off with Kate today.
Kate Belverita is going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client. She could be a philanthropic fundraising partner. Heck, she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Michael Jordan, as we talked about. Anyone, Kate, that would make sense for you to be going from hello to yes with, because of course, everything in our management, leadership, recruiting, fundraising, for profit, for charity, marketing, selling, everything happens after yes, Kate, as you all know. But we're not talking pitching, hooking, closing. Yuck. What does it look like when heart-centered, sophisticated people come together and yes should happen? What does that look like? What does that sound like? What's the advanced science that looks like magic that makes people say yes? So Kate, it's a 3-minute conversation. It doesn't have to be the ultimate yes. It could, again, be just a yes to a longer conversation. Kate, please, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
Gosh, who do I want her to be? I would, I mean, what about Brene Brown? I would love her to be Brene Brown right now.
Ooh.
Bella, Brene Brown.
I have never gotten to play Brene Brown in 800 episodes, so this is super fun. Hello, this is Brene.
Hi, Brene. Thank you so much for sitting here with me and chatting.
Yes, thank you so much. My team set the call up. Sorry, I only have, a couple minutes, but they set the team up and said I had to talk to you, and I wasn't even sure what it was about.
You know what? That's so funny because I'm not. I think it's really about what you're the most passionate about. That's why I brought you on here.
Yeah. Well, I would say, obviously, if you've listened to anything about my work, it is, leadership, vulnerability, and causing change.
Yeah. So when did you first come? How does it feel? First of all, how does it feel to be so influential, so loved, just around the world now when it comes to vulnerability, leading change, leading leadership? How does that feel?
Kate, I would say it feels surreal, honestly. Sometimes I don't even know how the heck I got here. It was never my intention to be famous or be an influencer. Even when I did that first TED Talk, I had no idea what it would become. And it was never my intention to, become what it is now. I just wanted to, I had done all this research on vulnerability and I knew the impact that it would make. And I just wanted to make people aware to help make the world a better place.
Yeah. Yeah. My gosh. So what would be your biggest advice when it comes to relationships, and especially the relationship between a couple who are they're just feeling a little bit disconnected. They don't know, they've forgotten how to be vulnerable, or they might be scared, or they might they just feel like they haven't gone there in a while. Have you ever had to help a situation like that?
I'm trying to think of anything, in particular. I don't typically deal in the relationship, interpersonal relationship as much as I do in the business. Most of my research is in the business sector. But I would say, just like anything else, it comes down to choice, right? Because even when there is distance present, is oftentimes we know that and we'll choose to, because it's vulnerable to know that there is distance and choose something different because you're at the risk of feeling rejected or disapproved in that way. And, I think it still comes down to vulnerability and exercising our vulnerability and willing to be that first person who's willing to, put their sword down or put their wall down per se to cause something different. So, and in our final couple moments together, Kate, anything else, anything that I can do for you?
Well, yes, I would love to, first of all, invite you to my house for dinner. I would love to go out for smoothies. And if you'd like to come on my intimacy retreat at the Four Seasons in Maui, I invite you and your spouse.
Well, thank you. Maui sounds fantastic. I will check with him and see if he wants to see if he's up for going to Maui. Sounds good to me. Great
Thank you.
job,
Thank you
Kate.
very much.
Kate, great job. Heart fully present. We're coming back in a couple of moments with the feedbackers. Bella, who's following up Kate?
Following up case is Maisha.
Maisha, who would you like Bella to be, please?
I think that I would like Bella to be, this guy's name is Richard Pollock. He is the president of the American Hospital Association.
Oh, Bella, you like being in charge, and you are of all hospitals in America. You are the grand czar and poobah.
And then you said his name was Richard, correct?
His name is Richard.
Richard. Okay. Hello, this is Richard.
Hi, Richard. This is Dr. Maisha. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Dr. Maisha. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I so appreciate you just being with me today, taking the time to speak with me.
Oh, thank you so much. My team had put this call on the calendar. I wasn't even really sure what it was for, but they said I needed to talk to you. So here I am.
Well, yes. So, one of the things that I'm very, very aware of in our industry as in healthcare is the struggles that we're having keeping physicians, building thriving culture. Would you say that you've noticed that?
I have noticed that, and it's been a topic of many of our board meetings for sure.
Yeah. And so I want to really get from you, as you're examining this issue, like what is most important to you about solving this problem?
Yeah, I would say, most importantly is being able to bring in leaders that can cause the change, because no one person can do one thing alone. To change an initiative, to have an initiative like this, requires collaboration, requires cooperation, requires more people to step forward and say, I'm willing to do something about this change, and this is what I'm willing to do.
Yeah, that is so important. Where do you think you are now, and where do you think is missing that if that were to be in place would cause that cultural, that collaboration, that shift?
I think the biggest thing that could be into place is realizing, because I think sometimes in this industry and practice, people can feel like they are alone, that they are on their own island and doing things by themselves. And research suggests that only 10% of people are actually willing to change. And I think it takes a group of people saying, I'm willing to cause that change. And I think the people that us individually need to realize that I can be the change versus it's somebody else's job or somebody else should do that. Everybody needs to take their own responsibility and not operate on their own island, but operate as a collective ecosystem.
Well, that is an area of passion for me. And I would love it if we could continue this conversation. I would love it if we could discuss how can we collaborate together to bring that kind of change into the leadership, because I totally believe that culture shift starts from the top down. And with the American Hospital Association, imagine how many hospitals we could impact with that kind of conversation.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Dr. Maisha, and I would love to continue the conversation.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Great job, Dr. Maisha. Great job, Dr. Kate. And everyone, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Dr. Maisha or Dr. Kate, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little next step feedback. So next step, you don't want to have any conversation. You'd rather actually have a root canal than have any further conversation with Dr. Kate or Dr. Maisha. I don't think anybody's needing a root canal today. Maybe the next step might be a cup of coffee. Maybe you're inviting them to Starbucks, a little mocha chocolate, maybe some cold brew with that little sweet cream on top. or you really want to get to know them, you're going to invite them, to, let's say, to Capitol Grill, private room, seafood tower, nice juicy steak. Unless you're vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries, but you're not going to skip dessert and coffee because you want to have the longest conversation possible. But if that's not even enough and you need even more time to get to know them, you'd be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, stop and pick up Dr. Evka and Aaron because they invited you here, and fly anywhere in the world with Dr. Kate or Dr. Maisha so you can have the longest conversation possible in that next step. So let's kick this off with, let me see. I'm going to make sure I get this.
Prithvi.
Prithvi, how about, at least I didn't call you Chris. Prithvi, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Maisha?
I would say that that's a really good cause, and the way that you went through the call, it went really well. Like the ending, especially, it was on time, which was really good. And yeah, as far as like reaching out to hospitalists, I know that is pretty tough. But I do have some connections in there, so I could maybe like set up a conversation for that.
Ooh, I like that. So, Prithvi.
There you go. There you go.
Is the next step a cup of coffee, dinner, Capitol Grill, or are we getting on a private jet?
I don't have any private jets yet, but maybe a commercial flight. But we'll I think we'll have to settle for Zoom meetings for now. I'm not sure. You're in Texas, right?
Atlanta.
Atlanta, okay. Yeah, I have some friends. I'm from North Carolina originally, so I have some friends.
Maybe we can have some DoorDash Starbucks delivered. How's that sound, Prithvi?
There you go.
Impromptu lunch.
Yeah, there we go. We got pizzas, burgers, steaks, I don't know, vegan, whatever, Bella Rita. Prithvi's ready for lunch. Let's go.
Prithvi is ready for lunch. Let's go. Aaron, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kate?
For Kate, I think overarching, she did very well at gathering your attention. I felt like she was able to receive a yes at the end. I think if anything, it felt like it went a little long, and I would have like interjected a little bit more fun energy to kind of open to more listening.
And so, Aaron, is the next step like the cup of coffee, Capitol Grill, the private jet?
I think what I was gathering, like I would say the cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee it is. And then let's go Dr. Evka. Dr. Evka, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Dr. Maisha?
Okay, Dr. Maisha, thank you. Trauma is such a big part of physician lives. Oh my goodness. Because sometimes you feel like you're like an air traffic controller and you have to are expected to be 5 people instead of 1. You just are running around from place to place, and it's really hard. Thank you for bringing that to the national attention. It is such an important topic because physicians are leaving medicine. You're the solution preventing that.
Beautiful. And so there's the next step, Dr. Evka, cup of coffee, Capitol Grill, private jet.
So I love all of you. Like, you look at you, you're here, you came, you're incredible human beings. Of course I'm going to private jet with all of you. I'd be silly not to.
And Dr. Evka, if that private jet can go anywhere you want it to go, where would you take that private jet with this extraordinary group?
We are going to take all of you, plus we're going to take the president of the hospital administration, and we're all going to go on a relationship retreat to Hawaii.
Let's go, Bella Rita. Let's go. A little surfing, a little luau. Come on.
Little surfing, little luau. I like it. And since we lost Krista, let's go, Prithvi. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kate?
Yeah, I think this is a huge issue right now in the world in general. I feel like in the 90s, I was born in the 90s, and I was born in India as well, and was raised by 4 moms. So I feel like communication is really important. And a lot of times, like, people don't talk about their problems, and especially with clients and stuff too. Like, someone will have a problem, doesn't relay the message, and you can't solve a problem if you don't know what it is. So I think anytime you can talk, it's very important. And I think that's a skill that not as many people have nowadays, which kind of sucks, but it's good for us because at least we're able to stand out in that way.
Beautiful, Prithvi. And what's the next step with Dr. Kate?
Yeah, I would love to get to know more in any way I could help. Any of you guys, I'm always open to conversation about that.
So more Uber Eats over Zoom is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, I
do
want
it.
to fly out, but am I
Let's do
invited
it.
to this Maui or what?
Well, I'm coming to Detroit pretty soon in just a short month and a half. So
Yeah,
perfect.
as long as it's not August. I'm out of here in August for a bit.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. And typically, this is the time in the show that I usually have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because he challenges me all the time. And this is my one opportunity that I get to challenge him back. However, it's Dr. Evka's show, and Dr. Evka usually puts incredible scenarios that Sean has no idea about that are inclusive for everyone to put Sean on the hot seat. And so, Dr. Evka, what do you have for Sean today?
I do. I always am inclusive to all of you because you are here and you're incredible and you deserve this. All right. So, Erin and I are walking over to the unblinded office. We're just walking in there. And who do we see but Prithvi having a conversation with the unblinded team about his work with the Physician Revenue Group. And it gets interesting. There's drama. There's all this trauma around and all of this relationship difficulty. And guess who's not there? The people who are not there are Kate Mango, not talking about relationships because she will make the room better for everybody. And guess who else is not there? Maisha, dealing with the trauma that they just heard about at these two different organizations. So Erin has this amazing idea that she's going to convince Kate, Maisha, and Prithvi to go talk to both Unblinded as well as to the Physician Revenue Group about all the really important things they have to discuss. And they meet someone unblinded, not the two of you guys, because Bella and Sean are amazing, but not the two of you guys, who says, no, I'm way too busy. I'm not going to do this. There's no time. There's no way we're having Dr. Kate, Dr. Maisha at this event. So, Sean, you're going to be Erin, convincing Unblinded to have everybody else there. And Prithvi is going to be Mr. Scrooge, saying, no way, no how, nobody else is coming to these two organizations. No one's coming to Unblinded. No one's coming to the Physician Revenue Group. Does that make sense?
I think so. So the yes we're seeking from Prithvi is that he would
to let all of us consult with these organizations.
And
well,
which
not all of us, but Dr. Kate and Dr. Maisha.
To consult with which organizations? One more time.
Unblinded.
Oh, okay.
Do you talk? Why not?
Prithvi is now the gatekeeper to the conversation. Got it. Okay. And
yes.
So we're going to communicate with Prithvi directly. So Prithvi is playing himself.
Yes. Or Prithvi's playing someone that Unblinded now, who's the gatekeeper who doesn't want anyone there.
Okay, so Prithvi, you are the gatekeeper of Unblinded, and they don't want to have anybody at the events, anybody who's taking the stage. And I'm Erin, going from Melodious with you. Sound good?
Sounds good. It's usually the opposite of what I do, but sure. I usually deal with the gatekeepers, but let's play one.
Okay, there you go. So how about your name is Fernando? Sound good? Yeah. Hey, Fernando, it's Erin. Is it still a good time to have our 3-minute conversation?
Yeah, I'm really busy, but sure. What do you got for me?
Yeah, so we were having this conversation in setup. Do you recall we talked about having this 3-minute conversation about, or you don't recall?
No, I've been really busy, but we're here now, so we can do it.
Awesome. Do you have any inkling? Because I was speaking to your listening of what prompted you to even accept the call. Because I know you guys are super resistant to having people. This is about having people. I'm very grateful for you accepting the call, but I'm just curious then what even prompted you to say yes in the first place to this conversation?
Well, I'm always open to seeing how things can help, you know.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for that. And Fernando, what's the? I'm clear that you guys want to impact the world, make things greater, but what's the driver when you're looking to create new relationships? Because you guys create a lot of new relationships that you're looking for foundationally, and how does that fit into the ultimate mission, vision, purpose of Unblinded? Because I just want to start talking to you about why you should do something, because you teach integrity-based human influence, and if I don't understand what's going to motivate, inspire you, then I'm just pitching you, and I'm not going to pitch you. So what is it in the final minute and a half or so that we have that causes you to keep driving forward on your mission, and who are you trying to meet at this point, please?
I think something that could be mutually beneficial. Obviously, if you're doing something, you should receive something for that. So I think that's one thing, and to help grow the organization.
Awesome. All right. So what I'm hearing is growth. I'm hearing integrity, transparency. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So in our final minute or so, can I share a couple quick things that may resonate or not with you?
Sure.
Yeah. So Dr. Evka and I put together some really awesome people. There's this Dr. Maisha, there's a woman named Kate, and there's this gentleman named Prithvi, and they're all in the space of causing acceleration related to mental health, physical health, working with physicians inside and outside the industry. And I get that in blind, there's like an absolute policy of no outside speakers because everybody ends up pitching, adding no value. But all I'm requesting and proposing, Fernando, is a 30-minute conversation where I can go through a slide presentation of how I believe that these three human beings can cause an enormous amount of value with Unblinded, with Calgi Law in the space of not only medical revenue recovery, but serving neurosurgeons, orthopedic surgeons, physicians overall, to create a vertical with Dr. Evka and myself that could be sustainably exponentially powerful to penetrate this sort of transition in this world of in-network, out-of-network, physician change, universal healthcare, all these dynamics. Physicians are in a space of immense scarcity, as you know, and these are some extraordinary humans that could open the listening of people and be a part of the change Unblinded's looking to create. So I'm not requesting anything specific about a next event, but I am requesting a 30-minute conversation because I know that there's something here. So Fernando, what say you to an additional conversation, please?
That was very well put, so I'm all for it.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'll get it on the schedule with Gina, out of role. Prithvi, in a scenario that I no idea exactly what we're talking about. How'd I do in having a conversation with Fernando?
Really well. The way you articulated things was really good. Very well put. Yeah, I think it went well.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you. And Prithvi, how was your experience today on Dr. Evka's Heart of Influence overall?
It's been awesome. I love this. I would come back anytime.
Cool. And Prithvi, can I just ask this question? So a little bit unclear. So what space are you in revenue cycle management? I heard the bio, I listened carefully, but what exactly do you do?
Sure. So I work for a practice management company based out of Chicago, and I'm actually starting my own consulting firm as well. It's called the Physicians Network. But as far as what my company provides now is we do like audits, billing, chronic care management, remote patient monitoring. I have so many connections in the industry as well. So like I have IT companies, malpractice groups, collections agencies. So really just looking to help private practitioners stay private.
Cool. And are you involved with federal IDR, the No Surprises Act? Is that something you guys are filing cases in or no?
No, I do have some doctors that are pain management guys, and I have some surgeons as well that I work for. And so they do PIP claims. So they do hire attorneys for litigation for those.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Thank you, Prithvi. Thank you for being here today and great job. Dr. Maisha, thanks for jumping into the participant seat. Never an easy place to be. Did an outstanding job. Love the role play. And how was your time today on Dr. Evka and Erin's Heart of Influence?
It was interesting. I mean, I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's been fun. It's been fun. I mean, it's always nice to mock a good conversation with the president of the American Heart Association. I mean, if I if I had to do that in 3 minutes, now I know what I'm gonna say. So
Sure. And if I could share this, Dr. Maisha, from my heart, I had the privilege of having built a 120 person firm with Calgary Law. I have the Unblinded team. Overall, have close to 200 employees in the enterprises that I have the privilege of owning. And 75% of people like me are unemployed. I'm blind, right? So what I often, in the things I teach, share, and work through is people very often are like, I don't do 3 minute conversations and I have longer meetings. I had a 3 minute conversation that gave me the opportunity to get onto Tony Robbins' stage. And I was there 19 times. And I already had a successful law practice, but that launched a separate platform that has been profoundly impactful and put me on stages and spaces with household names all over the place. And so for everybody here today, practicing those dynamics of these short windows we're going to have to impact the listening of the most influential humans is an incredibly profoundly indispensably valuable piece. And thank you for advancing the R&D laboratory. I mean, this is not a research laboratory of the heart of influence, and we've had more than 6,000 people on. And Dr. Maisha, thank you for joining that ecosystem and for adding value here today. Thank you. Thank you. And Bella, we have other fine folks. Please.
We do have other fine folks also sitting into the participant seat. Dr. Kate doing extraordinary things in relationships. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Yes. Well, thanks for having me. I was definitely thrown for a surprise. First of all, with the fun fact, and then with like trying to figure out who I wanted you to be. That was really hard. I had not thought about that before. And I will say I'm generally kind of long-winded, and so keeping that was interesting. And then the feedback, I was a little bit crushed. I was definitely a little bit crushed when Erin said she only wanted a cup of coffee with me. And Prithvi, still's gonna, I mean, he's leaving Detroit. He still wants Zoom conversation. I mean, just like, oh my God, 1 to 2 minutes. How can I make myself more enticing here? I mean, the people in my life love to be with me. I consider myself kind of magnetic. So we got to work on condensing this into 2 or 3 minutes. That's what I've got out of this conversation.
Kate, beautiful. Such an access. You're brilliant. You're amazing. You're human of extraordinary impact. And as Malcolm Gladwell speaks about in Talking to Strangers, and in his book Blink, people are making split-second decisions about humans. And so with all of your amazingness, you're not yet Oprah. Nobody here is. So when you walk into a space, people have no idea who you are.
Yeah.
And to them, you're very simply a stranger. And so how, in very short bursts, do we become congruently unique so people become curious? That's all we create in a short period of time is congruent uniqueness, so curiosity arises. And the greatest way to do that is where we make people feel what Oprah Winfrey said. The reason she held the microphone for 30,000 people, we cause people to feel, I see you, I hear you, and what you say matters to me. And that is such a rare experience for humans. When they encounter it, their listening opens and we are no longer strangers, and you are the most profoundly, congruently unique human. And so, Kate, thank you for everything that you do. And we see you and your desire to create even more impact than already the magical impact you've created by restoring relationships, disrupting paradigms of statistical insanity of relationship failure, and wanting to bring forward so much more elegance, love, grace, and effectiveness to people's lives. Am I hearing you correctly, Kate?
Yeah, that was very touching.
And we do that now in an incredibly short period of time. We're in a very different space with humans. And that's been my study for 27 years in philanthropy, in jury verdict consulting, and selling $100,000 programs to Tony Robbins stage for no compensation, but incredible practice and training, and all the things that I've had the blessing and privilege to do in business building. because I believe that influence is simply influence, whether you're speaking to a homeless person and want them to just have a moment of feeling seen, or a billionaire and everything in between. So thank you for that moment. And thank you for being here today, Kate. You truly brought value, and there's no question that you're a master. And thank you for being in the space today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bella.
And I think, Dr. Maisha, you went, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So then let's go, Aaron. Aaron, how was your time on your co-creation of the Heart of Influence today?
Incredibly grateful for everybody here, and also incredibly grateful for Bella and Sean and Dr. Evka. I think overarching, the gratitude I feel in my heart is more expansive than I ever anticipated. And for the record, Kate, I would love to get on a plane with you. I just didn't want to jump the gun. Go from like 0 to hero in a matter of seconds. So yeah. Absolutely thankful and touched in multiple ways with everybody here.
Awesome. Great job, Aaron. Much gratitude. And that brings us, of course, to Dr. Evka. Thank you for being a cause in the matter of today, along with Aaron.
Oh, did he?
Oh.
I think you, I don't know if I froze or you froze. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. And Dr. Evka, couldn't be more grateful for everything that you're inclusive, impactful, loving heart, an absolute genius. I don't know if I've ever met a smarter person than Dr. Evka in my life. And so, Dr. Evka, in final, what would you like to share?
Thank you very much, Sean. I love you with all the work that you do for people who are blind. That makes such a big difference to me because my best friend's blind. And so thank you. We are the sum of how many people we can impact. And all of you already can impact so many different people. So I don't know, Kate, you have a following of thousands who listen to you, have major conferences. I don't know, Dr. Maisha, you're a force to be reckoned with, except we don't realize it here yet, but you are a force. And look at your Prithvi and look at all the incredible connections you have in the medical space. We are stronger if we do things together. We are stronger. 1 + 1, as Bella and Sean have told me, means so much more than just 2. And we are better if we're together and we're working and collaborating. And that's what the space creates. Like, I'm hoping afterwards we meet and we continue to have conversations and try to make the most absolute biggest impact in healthcare and in helping physicians in different ways.
Well, thank you, Dr. Evka. Love your heart. It's fully present. And thank you everybody again for being here. Because Dr. Evka and Aaron, we have some gifts that are not throwaways, but they actually have really profound value. Tomorrow morning, you're all invited to come to our deep practice session. Speaking of martial arts, it's our dojo. And through deep practice, the wax on, wax off of Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san, the practice of the superpower of influence comes alive. So that is tomorrow morning. Nothing is sold there, but you can meet other extraordinary people. There'll be 80, 90, 100 people there tomorrow morning. People have been on the show, some people from the unblinded ecosystem, and we'll drop into groups and do an exercise. And you'll have fun and meet extraordinary people. If that resonates, that's our gift, number 1. Number 2, we have our group influence book. This book will be the textbook, the sacred scrolls, the scripture of how you relate as a public speaker, leader, manager. I put it against with great humility, any book that has ever been created on the subject, because I've read just about them all. And this is a formula, a science that looks like magic. That's there for you as our gift as well. And third, a business acceleration session to take your mission and accelerate it forward. Again, nothing sold to you there, but instead, our promise is the most impactful hour you've ever had in thinking about how you accelerate your mission. Should I write a book? If so, why? What do I do with it? Website, pay-per-click, SEO, creating partnerships, speaking platforms, taking audiences, speaking in front of them. They love me, but nothing happens thereafter. How do you put all of this together to accelerate your mission in the most profound way? That's what the business acceleration session is. And because of Aaron and Dr. Evka, all 3 of those gifts are here for you, if any of those resonate. And thank you again for being here. Bella, your final.
Yes, my final. Thank you all for being here. Dr. Evka always puts together incredible shows of people that really can do things together. Prithvi definitely added, some value. Kate, Maisha, Aaron, the value that you all can create for each other is extraordinary. So definitely continue the relationships from here and download that book, because what Sean has been able to cause with people that have this formula has been able to cause with people that have practices within the ecosystem have been extraordinary and life-changing. So if you could take one thing away, why not check it out? So Sean, back to you, and thank you all for being here.
Yeah, and a final, if you only take one thing away, you should burn it in the fireplace, because it's a profound mechanism and formula that will blow your mind. That is the guarantee. But if it's only one thing, it's still worth it. So thank you for that. We end every show by saying this: what if the profound levels of acceleration that we seek to create are on the other side of us not seeing what we don't see? Like, what if all of our success that we've had is because of what we see and what we know, and everything we don't have yet is in the other side of that blindness? That's what Unblind is all about, because at some level, Bella, Dr. Evka, Erin, everyone, at some level, as the possibilities for acceleration that sit right in front of us, at some level, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Dr. Evka, Erin. Thank you.